Welcome back to Rocky Stone Memorial Field in Moncton, New Brunswick. This is the final game of the round-robin portion of the U15 Atlantic Soccer Championships on 360 Live, powered by Bella Line. Roger Surratt calling the play-by-play. New Brunswick in green, going from left to right on your screen, against Nova Scotia wearing their blue jerseys. New Brunswick with the ball. That is Hod. His shot saved by Burns. Burns puts it down on the pitch. New Brunswick comes into this game with a 2-0 record. They've punched their ticket to tomorrow's championship final, while Nova Scotia 0-2. They will play for bronze, and they will play Newfoundland Labrador, while New Brunswick will play Prince Edward Island. As PEI beat Newfoundland Labrador in convincing fashion, 4-0. Handball by Nathan Tesfazian. In goal, Brandon Robichaud. Short kick to Phoenix Robert. Islam. Islam push from behind. Free kick at midfield. Good kick. Arashok. Oborn. Ball will roll out of bounds. A throw-in coming up for New Brunswick, and that's Dalen Beadsworth. Gavin Clough. Tesfazian for Nova Scotia. Down the far side. Ball booted away by Clough. Tesfazian at midfield. To the near side for Daniel Pike, off his foot. New Brunswick on the attack. Pass just a bit too far for Ben McCauley. Throw in for Nova Scotia. Pike. McCauley. Over to Hod. On the give and go with La France. Hod sends it in the crease. La France trying to tip the ball. The save made by Burns. Burns will roll the ball to Aaron Sioka. Back over to Burns. Burns to the far side. New Brunswick regains control. On.
Nova Scotia.
McCauley. Tesfazian. Van Wyschen. Van Wyschen up on the attack. He'll lob it up. Looking for Upshaw, but great speed by Gavin Clough. And Clough will get it out of the danger zone, but Nova Scotia putting pressure. That's Van Wyschen sliding to make the save. Is Brandon Robichaud. First good opportunity of this game goes to Nova Scotia. Tesfazian stripped away by Hat. Ball goes behind La France. Salum. Upshaw. Hat. Nice chip that gets by the D. Chance here for New Brunswick. The shot in the back of the net. That is Sam Hod. And New Brunswick is on the board. Sioka. Over the Burns. A goal scored. Sam Hod. On a beauty of a pass that got by the D. Hod. Just accelerated. Got past the defenders. All alone against Burns. Puts it in the back of the net. 1-0 for New Brunswick. On. McCauley can't play it. Cotton. Ball just past midfield. Sioka. McCauley. Islam. Nova Scotia gets it back. Joshua Jennings showing his moves. Van Wyschen over to Caden Facey. Jacob Leet. Usually a defensive middle, playing right back today. Leet. Foul on New Brunswick. On the push. Down the wing. Ball will roll out of bounds. A throw-in coming up for New Brunswick. Throw-in high off the foot of Jennings. Going over to the far side was Oborn. Out of bounds. Nova Scotia throw-in. Sioka. Stalum. Jennings. Pike. Ball gets by him. La France putting pressure on the D. Long kick by Burns. On. Short pass by Clow. Go over to the far side. Sprinting down is Hat. Hat. Ball chipped high. Oborn. Foul on Nova Scotia. Just inside of 40 yards, free kick, New Brunswick. Ball out off the foot of Sioka. On. Nova Scotia throw. 10 minutes gone by in the first half. On the goal scored by Sam Hod. Puts New Brunswick up 1-0. Ball set inside the box, off the keeper, and capitalizing. It is Isaac Van Wyschen. And we got ourselves a tie game. Nice kick off the corner by Seth Morse. Brandon Robichaud had a hard time handling the catch. And Isaac Van Wyschen, Johnny on the spot to tie this game at 1. Clow. Beadsworth on the far side. Lead pass off of Hat. Moores. Stripped away is Harshock. On. To the near side. It's a foot race, but the ball will go out of bounds too far for Ben McCauley. Throw in Nova Scotia. Islam. McCauley. McCauley held up by Jennings. Off of Facey's foot, New Brunswick still in control of the ball. It's Oborn. To the middle of the field for Hod. Hod, the slow shot scooped up by Burns. On. Over to Clow. Beadsworth. To the middle of the field for Harshock. Van Wyschen sends it to the keeper. La France. Keeps the pressure on as well as Hod. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Daniel Pike. Harshock. McCauley. Down the wing. Ball inside the box. La France. Bounced over his foot. Hat can control it, and it gave the opportunity for Nova Scotia to get the ball out. Tie game at 1. Hod for New Brunswick. Van Wyschen for Nova Scotia. Robichaud to On. Beadsworth. Lead pass. Put down by Facey. Facey puts on the brakes for Lee. Lee will throw the ball in. But Lee lifted up his back foot. Throw in for New Brunswick. O'Born. Beadsworth. Finds On. To the near side for McCauley. McCauley goes down the wing. Pike sees the ball. Great play by Pike. Send the ball off of McCauley and out goal kick for Nova Scotia. Kick by Burns on the near side. That's headed by Hod. Sioka. Hod. Horror shot. Ball went out of bounds. That is a Nova Scotia throw in. Horoshock sent it outside the line. Nova Scotia throwing the ball in. Tesfazian. His pass was blocked out of bounds. Once again, another Nova Scotia throw-in. Salum. Islam for New Brunswick. Over to Beadsworth. Beadsworth. Lead pass headed away by Facey. Horror foul on New Brunswick. New Brunswick will get the throw in. Yanni Salum. Last to touch it. Horoshock held up by Jennings. On over to Cloak. Beansworth on the far side. Beansworth turns. Cloak. On. Back over to Cloak. New Brunswick just slowing things down. Beadsworth. Near side from McCauley. On. Lead pass looking for an opening. That's off the foot of Sioka. Jennings. Tripped up. That is Aaron Sioka taking the free kick. That went to the left of Upshaw. Horoshock. On. Islam. Mishandled the ball. Tesfazian now up on the attack. He's got Salum. Salum. Van Wyschen. Pass to Upshaw. Goes under his foot. And Beadsworth will send the ball out of bounds. A throw in for Nova Scotia. Nearing the midway mark of this first half. Pike. Salum. Pass was blocked. New Brunswick regains control. Ball to midfield. Hat. Finds Hod. Hod heads it down for Islam. Hod. Ball deflected. Tesfazian. Sioka found Jennings. Jennings got open space to the near side for Salum. But Closing in and sending the ball out of bounds was McCauley. Pike on the throw-in. McCauley. Pike once again. Sends it over to the keeper, Lafrance. Put some pressure backing up. Burns with the kick. Foul on Nova Scotia. On. That pass too high for Hod. Out of bounds. O'Born. Horoshock. Beadsworth. Turning to the near side. Tesfazian. Islam. Van Wyschen for Nova Scotia. Pike. Tesfazian. Sends it back for Facey. Lee. Moores. Tips it down the near sidelines. That ball is still in play. Beadsworth looking for on, but it's intercepted. Van Wyschen pushes it too far. And scooped up by Robichaud inside the box. (1-1) your score between Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Final game of the round robin portion of the 2019 U15s division of the Atlantic Soccer Championships on 360 Live, powered by Bella Lion. Sioka sends it to Burns. Pressure put on by New Brunswick. Here they come. A shot saved by Burns. The header by Lafrance, and it's in. Garrett Hatt took the original shot. Burns made the save, but capitalizing on the rebound, Serge Lafrance, and New Brunswick regains the lead, 2-1. Sioka. Tesfazian. Pike. Saloum. Ball off of McCauley. Throw in for Nova Scotia. Saloum. Saloum leaves it for Van Wyschen. Upshaw looking for the ball. Short pass. Jennings trips up Islam. Free kick at midfield for New Brunswick. Van Wyschen got the goal for Nova Scotia. Sends it over to the far side. Can Morse keep it in? No. Throw in New Brunswick. McCauley. lead pass from Hod. Ball chipped over to Hat. Over to Burns. He'll boot it away. Little push off. Got a New Brunswick player down. It looks like to be Yannick Oborn. So the trainers are on the field. Both teams to take an opportunity here to get rehydrated. So it is Dalen Beesworth, the injured player for Team New Brunswick. He will walk to the bench. So in the game for New Brunswick, Nicolas Richard. So Gen X will just punt the ball down. Picked up by Robichaud. On. Macaulay. Islam. A throw in for New Brunswick.
Go blue.
They'll put on an extra few minutes in injury time. At the end of the first half, Anders Good in the game.
Go.
With Oborn out. New Brunswick pressing. Hat had to go by one, pushed the ball a little too far. Horoshock looking for Hat on the outside. Morse, Lee. Van Wyschen. Facey. Sioka. Sioka gets stripped by La France. McCauley. Ball rolled out of bounds before the pass. A throw in for Nova Scotia. Joshua on. Robichaud. Keeper over to Richard. Richard lead pass off the foot of Facey for Nova Scotia. Tesfazian. Pass goes under the foot of Upshaw. Robichaud once again inside the box. A little bit less than 10 minutes to go in regulation time in the first half. New Brunswick has a 2-1 lead on goals scored by Sam Hod and Serge Lafrance. Isaac Van Wyschen with the lone goal for Team Nova Scotia. Islam goes to the outside. Islam spins to Hod. Hod sends it in off the foot of Islam to Good. Good foul on the play, and it'll be a free kick for Nova Scotia. Free kick 23 yards out for Team New Brunswick. Low kick, scooped up by Burns.
Good job.
Sioka. Salum. His pass was blocked. It goes out of bounds. Tesfazian moves into the near side. Salum. Upshaw climbs the ladder, but over the back of Good. Free kick for New Brunswick. Islam. McCauley. McCauley sends it to the middle of the field. Good. Richard on the outside. Richard, good boot. Couple bounces, picked up by Burns. And good awareness, tiptoeing on that back line. Burns will put the ball down on the ground, sends it to Moores. Good. Finds Islam. Islam. McCauley on the near side. Hod. Led things off here, getting a goal in the first 5 minutes.
Good, Aaron.
Ball went out of bounds, a Nova Scotia throw-in. Sioka. Upshaw. Good. Islam. Over to On. McCauley. Gets some speed, gets by one. Lead pass inside the box. La France is there, and he'll chip it in the back of the net. His second of the half. And New Brunswick widens the gap. It's 3-1. And it also looks like we've got an injured New Brunswick player on the on the pitch. It looks to be Ben McCauley. McCauley still being attended to here on the near side. As you see on the screen, Serge Lafrance got his second goal of the half. New Brunswick leads 3-1 against Nova Scotia. They are trying to move McCauley over to the near sidelines. Try to get him out, try to get play back going. Now coming in for McCauley. Will be Harrison McGinn. Let's see what the officiating crew will decide here. Are they going to add the injury time in the first half or in the second half? So regulation time has eclipsed here. Burns. Ball headed down by McGinn. Off the foot of Horachok. Richard. To Clo. On. Anders good. McGinn. Pass was blocked by Salum. Tesfazian. Trying to spin around. Ball gets stripped by number 16, Sam Hod. Hat. Can't get by the D. Moores, who set up the lone goal for Team Nova Scotia in the early stages of the first half. Ball goes out of bounds. A throw in for New Brunswick. Tesfazian. Off the foot, here comes La France. La France pushes it forward. It is a foot race. Ball off the defender. Pushed away by Sioka. A near defensive mistake by Nova Scotia. Must almost cost them dearly. Foul on New Brunswick. Islam evolve on the play with Jennings. Lee. Sioka. Got some room in front of him. Lead pass that's off of On. Good. Pass was blocked by Van Wyschen. Van Wyschen trying to cut through two New Brunswick players. Robichaud with the ball inside the box. Clo. Richard. Looking for La France down the wing. Islam. Good on the near side. Got the pass from On. Hod. Hat. Trying to get by the defender. But Sioka cuts down the angle. Facey pushes the ball out of bounds for a throw-in for New Brunswick. Good. Hat. Cuts in. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Sioka. Hod. Inside the box. Nova Scotia puts up a wall. The shot blocked once again. That's McGinn. Good. Clo. Richard. Richard pushes the ball up. On at midfield. Hod. McGinn. Richard. Islam. McGinn. On once again at midfield. New Brunswick just trying to muster up some offense here in the late stages of this first half, leading 3-1. Genix. Salom. Pike back to Salom on the near sidelines. Over to Upshaw. Upshaw battling with Horashok. Foul on the play against Horashok. Free kick will be by Aaron Sioka. From 45 yards out. Sioka lobs it in. Too far for Upshaw. Picked up by Rabichaud. Lead pass from Hod. Islam. McGinn. Clow. Richard on the far side. Pushes the ball up past midfield. McGinn. Good slide. The official is going to blow it halftime. Here at Rocky Stone Memorial Field, 2 goals by Serge Lafrance and Sam Hod. With a single, New Brunswick leads 3-1. Isaac Van Wyschen, the lone goal scorer for Nova Scotia. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with second half action coming up here at Rocky Stone Memorial Field. New Brunswick leading 3-1 against Team Nova Scotia after 40 minutes of play. And you are watching the 2019 U15 Boys Atlantic Soccer Championships on 360 Live, powered by Bell Lion. Second half just started here at Rocky Stone Memorial Field. New Brunswick leading 3-1 against Nova Scotia. Final game of the 2019 U15 Atlantic Soccer Championships here on 360 Live, powered by Bell Alliant. Roger Surrett calling the play-by-play. Nova Scotia making plenty of substitutions, but one still on the field. Morse made the pass. Sioka. New Brunswick in control. Bourne. Bringing it over to down the far sidelines. That's La France. He got 2 goals in the first half. Abunza. Ball kept in. Good effort by La France. But Nova Scotia will try to bring it up. That's Adam Kamun. Abunza. Well, chipped off of La France. Abunza sends it out of bounds. They say it went off in the New Brunswick defender. Sioka. Lead pass. Looking for McNally. Tesfazian. Amoa Geke. Ball out of bounds. Off of Salom. New Brunswick will throw the ball in. Tesfazian. New Brunswick just trying to get to the ball. That's good. Free kick for Nova Scotia. Here in the early stages of this second half. Mateo Abunza to take the free kick. Abunza with the kick, and that goes by everybody. Goal kick coming up for New Brunswick. Clo. Over to On. To the far side for Good. Lead pass from Good. Trying to find Hat. Abunza. Over to the keeper. That's Duffus. Salom. McNally. Salom. Sioka. Abunza. A little bit of space in front of him. Sends it over to the far side. Morse. Short pass to Amoa Geke. Trying to go for the give and go, but the ball too far for Morse. Out of bounds. Goal kick. New Brunswick. New Brunswick will throw the ball in. Off the foot of Amoa Geke, but foul on the plate. Good, lifted up the back foot. Amoa Geke. Salom. Short pass from Sioka to Abunza. Lead pass, Shaw will just let it go to Robichaud. Throw in for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia here with an opportunity. That's Tesfazian, but a great defensive stand by New Brunswick. Anders Good sends it out. Amoa Geke on the far sidelines, ball out of bounds. That's New Brunswick's ball. Free kick coming up to Nova Scotia. Off the free kick. That's too far for everybody, out of bounds. Goal kick.
Doesn't matter.
Arashok. Nova Scotia gets control of the ball once again. Another foul against New Brunswick. Free kick to be taken by Mateo Abunza, just inside of 35 yards. Four-player wall put up by New Brunswick. Abunza sends it over to the outside for Kamun. His pass that's headed away by On.
Get out here.
Set play by Nova Scotia. Ball out of bounds. They throw in for New Brunswick. This time New Brunswick will get a free kick. To the near side, Richard. Richard puts on the brakes. He's looked at closely by Moores. A foul here. This time it'll be against New Brunswick. New Brunswick gets the ball back, trying to get things going. That's Clow. Over to On. 10 minutes gone by in this first half. Score still 3-1 New Brunswick. Both these teams know their fate for tomorrow's medal games, as New Brunswick is 2-0. They'll play for the gold. Nova Scotia is 0-2. They play for bronze, but Nova Scotia would like to go into tomorrow's bronze medal game on a positive note, trying to get a win here today. New Brunswick is offside. Sioka. Good kick, McNally. McNally, explosive soccer player up front for Nova Scotia. Haven't heard from him much in this tournament. Has yet to score. Down low, that's La France. Ball gets pushed out of bounds. Corner kick for New Brunswick. Oh, they're going to call the foul just before the ball went out. Free kick about 12 yards out on the near side. Nice lob. Ball down, and it'll roll outside the box. Islam. To O'Born. Ball pushed by Hat. Salum. Amoa Geke. Lee. Lee sends it to the keeper, Duffus. Short pass to Sioka. His pass is blocked. That'll go to the corner. And New Brunswick will let it go out of bounds. They throw in for Nova Scotia. Nathan Amoa Geke. O'Born. Good. Dondel's good. Sends it to Gavin Clow. Clow to the middle for Alex Harashok. Ball is pushed out of bounds. They throw in for Nova Scotia. Abunza. Sioka on the far side. His pass was blocked. Now New Brunswick coming up. It's Garrett Hatt. He pushes it, looking for O'Born, but that is sent out by Abunza. Deep over to midfield. Throw in for New Brunswick. Down the near side, down the far sidelines. That's O'Born. Over to Hat, but he is offside. Free kick. Ball out of bounds. A throw-in coming up for Nova Scotia. 3-1 the score for New Brunswick. Lead pass. Long lead pass by Abunza. Off the foot of Kamun. McNally. Tesfazian. Goes around, cuts in, loses the ball. That's kicked away by On now. New Brunswick in transition. It's a foot race. Sioka. Hat closing in, but Sioka pushes it to the far sidelines, and it'll roll out of bounds for a throw-in for New Brunswick. Good. Hat taps the ball. Caught by Duffus. Now it's Kamun. Kamun has a lot of space in front of him. Kamun. McNally back to Kamun on the give and go, and Kamun mishandles the ball. Richard at midfield. To Hod. Hod. Ball will roll to Duffus. Sioka. Bouncing ball at midfield. Dan Weischen. Pass intercepted by Richard. Kamun trying to close in. O'Born. Hod. Hawerschok. Hawerschok sends it back to Good. O'Born. Nova Scotia regains control. That goes over the head of Kamun. Islam. Richard. Give and go. Islam. Cuts in. Fatan Islam loses the ball by Amoa Geke. Abunza. Lee. Pass was blocked. Hawerschok. Walks in his pass. Amoa Geke in the way. Blocks it for Nova Scotia. Lee. Kamun. Back to Lee. Lee will send it to the keeper, Duffus, who quickly has to boot it up high. Didn't get much on it. Hat. Foul on New Brunswick. Lee. Come on. Nice move by Yanni Kamun. Adam Kamun, excuse me. Kamun. Chips it to the middle. That's off the foot of Tesfazian, but Richard boots it outside the box. Good. Battling with Moores. Moores gets the ball, has to come back to midfield. Sioka. To Moores. Moores down the far sideline, out of bounds. New Brunswick will make a couple substitutions coming into the game. Will be Jared Ndopedro with Anders Good coming out. And also into the game, Robert Kemo Kamano and Fatan Islam out of the game. New Brunswick leading 3-1. Ball goes to the corner. Sent out by An to the far sidelines. Hat trying to get to it. He pushes it out of bounds. He throw in for Nova Scotia. Abunza. Sioka. Nathan Tesfazian down the wing. Comes back towards the middle, so we'll send it back. Sioka to Lee. Come on. Come on. Finds McNally short past to Van Wyschen, the lone goal scorer for Nova Scotia. Van Wyschen. Tesfazian, ball tipped away. Richard. On the way up is La France. La France has 2 goals today, and he is tripped up by Abunza. Free kick for New Brunswick. Richard. Ball gets by the defenders. It's Robert Kemokamano. Hod. O'Born. O'Born's kick is off of Amoa Geke. Hat gets the ball. Bad angle shot. Hits the outside of the net, but it went off of a Nova Scotia player. Corner kick for New Brunswick. Ball headed out by Amoa Geke. Richard. Low pass. That went off of the official. Kemo Kamano. He's got 4 goals in this tournament for New Brunswick. Second to James Doucette of PEI. Nova Scotia on the attack. Good challenge by Jaron Do Pedro. Harshak. Sioka. Ball will roll out of bounds. A throw in coming up for Nova Scotia. Our next game will be the U16 division starting up for their final day of round robins, and that division is extremely tight on who will be in the gold medal game tomorrow. It starts off with PEI and Newfoundland and Labrador. As Newfoundland is currently 0-2. PEI 1-0-1. Nova Scotia and New Brunswick will finish off the day. Sorry, it's Nova Scotia and New Brunswick that'll play at 2 o'clock. And PEI Newfoundland will finish things off at 4. Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, as Nova Scotia is 1-1. New Brunswick is 1-0-1. That game at 2 o'clock. Nova Scotia will throw the ball in. Nathan Namoa Geke. New Brunswick regains control. That's Kemo Kamano. The ball will bounce out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for New Brunswick. Off the corner, the header put down, and that'll roll wide and out. Off the head of Gavin Clough. But they say it was touched, last touched by a Nova Scotia player. So another corner kick here for New Brunswick. Off the corner, the header goes high over the crossbar. Jaron Don Pedro. Dangerous up front. Duffus. Short kick to Abunza. Lee. Lee chips it over to the near side for Kamun. But that ball rolled out of bounds. New Brunswick will throw it in. Nicolas Richard. Foul on New Brunswick. Abunza. To Salum. Upshaw. Ball gets stripped by Hod. Sam Hod and Serge Lafrance with 2 are the goal scorers for New Brunswick. Isaac Van Wyschen, lone goal scorer for Nova Scotia. Come on. Ball off the foot of O'Bourne, out of bounds. Richard. Closing in was McNally. Richard. Over to On. On to the far side. Ball off of Kemo Kamano, out of bounds. Don Pedro. Pass intercepted by Tesfazian. Foul against Nova Scotia. Free kick inside of 45 yards. A little back pass to Hod. Upshaw to Salum. Amoa Geke. Abunza. Jennings. Over to Camun. That pass is intercepted. Now Hat battling with Abunza. Abunza comes up the winner with the ball. Come on. To the middle looking for McNally. McNally taps the ball back to Lee. Lee. McNally to the outside for Jennings. Jennings goes to the corner. Keeps the ball in. They say no. It went out the back line. Goal kick New Brunswick. Opportunity here for New Brunswick. Kemo Kamano, bad angle shot. Going down on one knee to make the save is Duffus. Duffus will roll the ball over to Salom. Salom, he's got space. Salom once again. Short pass, Tesfazian. Upshaw. Upshaw puts on the brakes just outside the box. His pass off the foot of O'Bourne. He comes back and he'll kick it out of bounds. A throw-in for Nova Scotia. Morse slipped on the turf. Nova Scotia still in control of the ball. It's Upshaw. New Brunswick. Stop it. Oh, no, the ball went out of bounds. So throw in coming up for New Brunswick. Upshaw. Hod. Hod. Down the wing. Hod, who led things off here in this game. First goal. Hat. Collision on the far sidelines. But Nova Scotia regains control of the ball. It's a Moa Geke. Short pass. Moa Geke back. New Brunswick, it's Hod. Over back. O'Bourne, his kick is wide. Nova Scotia on the attack. That ball off of Robichaud hits the goalpost. What an opportunity for Nova Scotia. That was Nathaniel Upshaw with the shot. Great individual effort by the winger.
Tighter on the turn. Push up.
Down the wing. Harshock. Tesfazian. Over to McNally. Tesfazian with a full head of steam. Kamun joins him. Miscommunication. That pass went behind Tesfazian. Good battle. Ball out of bounds. Throw in for New Brunswick. Nova Scotia will make some substitutions. Seth Moores coming in. Nathaniel Upshaw coming out. O'Born, Richard, and Do Pedro. Camo Camano. Lead pass that goes over the head of Horrorshot. Ball picked up by Duffus. Down the sidelines, Moore. On. Some space in front of him. To Hod. Hod. Down the wing. Pass is blocked by Sioka. Morse. Gets past Camo Camano. Ball out of bounds. A throw in for New Brunswick. Nova Scotia back on the attack. Ball at midfield. Amoa Geke sends it back to Sioka. Abunza. Pass to Leet. Now Nova Scotia trying to get something going is Camun. Abunza, lead pass, looking for McNally. That's off the head of Clo. Jennings. Jennings spins around on Richard. Nova Scotia looking to close the gap. Abunza with the kick headed away by Clo. Hat. 1 against 4, but he sends it long. Sprinting down is Yannick O'Born. And that ball will go out of bounds. It's off the foot of the keeper, Ryan Duffus. McNally to Jennings. Lee. Sioka. Come on. New Brunswick will throw the ball in. Camo Camano. A little bit of a push. Free kick for Nova Scotia. Yanni Salum. He'll send it to Moores on the far sidelines. Cross pass to Lee. Tips it looking for McNally, but Clo just sends it away deep. Abunza.
Come, push, push. Easy now.
O'Born.
Find your spot.
Jennings. Tesfazian. Lee. Come on. Throw in for Nova Scotia. Clow. Ball stripped away. Come on. Over to Lee. Lee doesn't get much on it, and that'll roll away and out. Goal kick for New Brunswick. Show keeps the kick short. On. Short pass to the middle for O'Born. Clow backs up. Richard. He'll cut towards the middle. On. He'll send it over to the outside. That's off the foot of Ndo Pedro. Pass was blocked. Nova Scotia regains control. That's a Bunza. Lee. Lee sees open space. Tesfazian spins around the defender hard. Tesfazian trying to cut to the middle, loses the ball. O'Born. Ndo Pedro. Down the wing. Still in control. Ndo Pedro. Down low. Ball tipped out on the far line. Corner kick, New Brunswick. O'Born sends it over to Richard. Richard inside the box. That ball picked up out of bounds. Goal kick for Duffus. Duffus will keep the kick short over to Sioka. Morse. Amoa Geke. Rolls over to the near side. Skamun. Amoa Geke. Sioka. New Brunswick forwards just trying to close in on the D of Nova Scotia. Amoa Geke. Push from behind. Free kick. Nova Scotia. Now Bunza, good kick. It's blocked off the head of On, and there it is, the final. New Brunswick gets all their goals that they needed in the first half. 2 goals by Serge Lafrance and 1 by Sam Hod. 3-1 your score against Team Nova Scotia, Isaac Van Wyschen, the lone goal scorer for Team NS. Nova Scotia finishes the round-robin portion 0-3. They will play for bronze tomorrow against Newfoundland Labrador in the championship final. In the U15 division will be New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. Our next game at 2 o'clock this afternoon, it'll be New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. U16 division, that division is a log jam, so it should be very interesting to watch. 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. are 2 final games of the day. New Brunswick, Nova Scotia at 2, PEI, Newfoundland Labrador at 4. Once again, our final here, U15 boys, New Brunswick edges out Nova Scotia by the score of 3-1. And you are watching the 2019 Boys Atlantic Soccer Championships here at Rocky Stone Memorial Field on 360 Live, powered by Bell Alliant.